What a way to resume from the fever break. What a way to start round 8.
Live spot will create more difficulties.
Newley ran into the hand of Jervis. Now White again spinning and shooting unsuccessfully. It bounces through for Perth's first points. They've beaten Adelaide, Illawarra, Cairns and New Zealand away from Perth as they fill the pocket for 2 more. Now Norton, he and Kay, 2 fantastic injections by Perth as Jervis, another new arrival. Their 86 meetings, 51 of 86, including 25 of 30 since the Kings returned to the league in 2010.
With getting him touches because he's just too big and too good on both sides of his body.
Nick Kay, soft touch. Brandt guarded by Bogut. This is one of the key matchups in this one. Beautiful finish, Angus Brandt. Brian Bowen, youngest contracted player in the league, stripped by the 6-time defensive player of the league.
Third in the 3-guard rotation, shooting a good percentage.
And then Martin with a runner.
Off a pick and roll, a simple step up at the top of the key, goes all the way and lays it in virtually with a floater.
A good pick from Angus Brandt. He set another one for Clint Steindl.
Played a really good game, and the Kings have shown that they've continued to grow as a team, as we see an offensive rebound, a missed block out on White.
For Bryce Cotton, having been cover for Damien Martin. Wagstaff gets the feet moving legally.
Better job, he just stepped around like he wasn't even there.
Steindl with the first fake on Bowen. The second one is for real.
You can only win the games you have in front of you. I mean, they've won some games on the road, especially with key players out. Lish.
Now Tariko White makes it look easy again. Randall 1 of 7 from the field after that shot. Reese Vague, turnaround second attempt, and Steindl with the putback. Mission crucial for Perth as they fight to get back into it offensively and defensively. Greg Hire for 3.
Ball went inside to Bogut, back out again. But as you said before, Steve, you see Norton with a tough little runner as well.
This will be overruled. It goes to Tariko White, who pulls up here and drops 2 by 12. Perth trying to work back into the game, and Tariko White makes it 10 the difference. A little better in this third period as Martin feeds Nick Kay. Beautiful finish, soft right hand. Clint Steindl works his way under the rim.
To continue to play well and hit big shots.
And then Steindl goes back at them. Steindl on the move. Past Bowen, drawing the foul, dropping the bucket. A possible 3-point play.
Play from Lish. Anytime he gets an opportunity with a little pick at the top of the key, good things happen.
Tough bucket, Angus Brandt. The hook shot goes. He fell as well. Here's Jesse Wagstaff. Great pass for Nick Kay. The bounce ball was pin perfect. It would hum. It would hum along the highway. He's humming on the pine for Sydney, but Perth won't go away. Score here and it's inside 5. Tariko White, the man charged with doing so. He drops the tray, 67-65.
Penetration, you know, that's what's key against the zone. Kevin Lish, on both occasions when they've been successful, been able to do that.
They're out of their 2-3 zone. I'm not sure why. I thought it was really stifling the Sydney Kings.
Damien Martin, great hustle to strip Randall, diving for the ball. Tariko White shoots hard off the back of the rim. Leonard Copeland, Luke Kendall.
Look at Andrew Bogut. Trevor Gleason's called him in, said, come over here. And, oh, hold on a sec.
And Andrew Bogut is doing nothing illegal.
moments in Adelaide.
What you just said, which means Cairns needs to continue to go hard at the big fella until.
Point ball game. Cairns working their way into the game. Here's Kay up against Loughton. Kay's season so far has been superb, and he continues that with a nice hook shot. Down by 1. My math's not so good. It's 8-7. Here's Kay with the jumper. He makes it 10-7. And they're covering Cotton at the moment. Here's Steindl shooting away. That one step, grabs hold of the ball and swishes it. Interrupted by injury, but good to see him back on the court. He was superb last year. One of the real stars for the Cairns Taipans is Damien Martin's jumper from the elbow is pretty good. Here come the Cats. Running through the keyway and just knocking his defender out of the way as Kay dished it off to Martin. And Damo's got a couple more.
Actually, be being aggressive and making shots.
Here's Kay for 3. Your 4-man slips outside. This press trying to stir things up, and it has on this occasion. The perfect defence. White attempted to shoot. Not so confident. Works his way to the elbow, and that one was a good option in the end. 50. White hit the 2 before. Now he says, I might take a 3 as well. Hit the first couple in this game. The hands were good from Steindl. Young had it stolen from him twice. Here's Norton on the break. Ankle. White gets a pass away. Steindl hits the 3. Season with the Cats really well, didn't he? When the Cats were under a bit of pressure, they need someone to step up with injuries. As Norton is stepping up as well in the point guard role for Perth. He played 6.5 minutes in that first term, so he's getting the important minutes as White just rolls one around. Got a lot of space underneath. 7 points so far for Tariko, and he's going to go with a big one-hander to make it 9. 7 turnovers, Cairns 1 turnover for the Perth Wildcats. Cotton takes the foul and scores the 2 with the hands, with a broken thumb.
Full leagues and the C-ball, but he's only shooting 21% from 3 this year. Maybe that's just a minutes thing and a confidence thing.
Pass from Steindl was good. Pass back to him even better. 3 points. He just kept it on court. Steindl again. Won't go. Vague, strong work. Can he put it back in? Yes, he can. And drew the foul.
And that's how you come off the bench and contribute to your team. Now for this team.
4 points so far and 4 rebounds, as you said. Good screen set from Jervis on Newell. Cotton one-on-one with Tremble. He's happy with that one. 3-pointer, says the referee. Bring it into the front court. The pass inside was pushed away from Greg Hire. Kay on the break. Cotton in the corner. Bang, she goes. Cotton again with ball in hands. Trying to get some confidence. That hook shot was good. Down a touch. Cairns need to get on a run. They didn't need to get hot. They can't with this man underneath the basket. That was a big move from a big man. Sit down. White against Tremble. White wants to have an imposing impact on the game. In off the glass.
All else fit. Not to create, for real. They giving it to Casper.
Casper, yeah.
To give, who they giving the ball to on this team?
That man there. Bryce Cotton.
The Kings here first on Friday night. Excited to see what the Red Army can turn up for them.
Old team, where he won a couple of championships. Here's White going for the spin move. Didn't even look at the basket until the ball was in the air. About 4 seconds differential. Tariko up against Walker from the elbow. 2 points. Here's Martin from outside. Will he shoot? Yes, he will. We're right behind it. And he drains a triple.
Touched it yet?
Here's Kay. Good call from Josh Garrett. As Nick Kay slots in the 2. And Hall. Here's Cotton against Jarlow. He won't go in there. He decides to shoot. With a hand in the face, it does not matter. Looking to pass it off into the corner. Oh, Martin, no. Not another 3. Here it is again. Martin, corner, right where his lovely wife sits. Give it off to Norton. Ball is loose. White gathers it from the foul line. Pass good. Jervis finishes 2 points. Feel the heat, you know, they must win here at home. Crowd gets involved as Cotton will get the 2 and the foul.
Cheeseburgers on that.
A couple of cheeseburgers. Here's Wagstaff with the 2 inside. You said that one, Joshy. Playing for the Perth Wildcats. He's wearing the number 9. Running the show here as Stars a rest for the Wildcats. Pass inside, and the youngster gets the 2. His first 2 in NBL. What he said on radio in Perth during the week.
Yeah, he's just a pest on social media, to be honest. I don't have Twitter or anything, so I'm not really up to date with everything he says, but he just seems to get off on, you know, ruffling feathers and getting a reaction and you know, a rise out of people. He's the face of the league this year and, you know, a role model for so many young kids still, but he just sort of, you know, carries on like a bit of a pork chop sometimes on social media. And I'm a fan of his basketball, but, you know, some of the things he does off the court I don't particularly agree with.
Biggest game in many, many years here in Perth. Bogut will get first hands to it. Here's Kay from outside. Looks pretty good out of the hands and straight into the hoop it goes. Spends most of his career at Challenge Stadium. Here's Brown against Bogut and 2 points. The other.
Well, they're both so good. You go with who's playing better on the night, maybe. What do you think, Corey?
Nice little shot from Angus Brand.
Last 5 games, keeping teams 72 points.
There's a good long bomb from Tariko White. So back into the hands of Brand. Norton sees a little bit of an opening. Lish was quick enough to get there. Norton somehow got around him. Great control to shoot it in the hoop. Here's Brand with the left hands, causing some problems for Andrew Bogut right now. Angus Brand up to 6 points.
It's a high percentage. He's going to knock it down.
Here's Tariko again for 2. Had a hand coming over the top of him to try and swat it away, but he still slotted it in. Up and about Curry. Here's Cotton, wants to take on Bogut. Round the post he goes, and then Kay had the control to get around Bogut's inside the arc. 20 plays 21. Cotton will make it a little more for the Perth Wildcats. Higher, sees a little bit of an opening, decides to pass off. Cotton stood there and said, that's far too easy for me.
And that's the one thing sort of stopping Bowen. Oh, like, come play this out.
Cotton on the break, had the steal, drops the 2. Got his hands in, did the dirty work against Adnam. Took it all the way and will try and make it a 3-point play.
No knife, no gun. That was a robbery.
At a Steindl, couldn't get a shot away. He looks inside to Jervis. Jervis's left hand is nuts. Drop it in.
That's 3 offensive rebounds we've seen in like literally a minute and a half.
Good pass. Wagstaff, Jervis, good finish.
They've got so many stars. He plays that role.
The speed of Norton gets him through the key and 2. So the 2 goes in. Tariko.
See that ball go down. Great poise, head fake, young fella, stay on your feet. Because of that, foul and 1. He goes to the line for a 3-point play.
And this, and a lot of other things in life. As Kay shoots for a nice jumper, hand in the face as well. Stands down.
Oh, you're definitely going to have to get out of that press because
Brant will score the 2. Bogey flew over the top, fouled him. And will be disgusted at himself as the big Angus beef burger goes to the foul line.
I was going to say, where's the beef? There it is.
That's just going to make him even more angry, Bogans. He's going to dunk on him next time down the court.
They respect that he had the avocados to say it on air, whether he meant it or not.
Quality players everywhere out on the court. Hands out. Cotton on the break. Lays it in for two. And a timeout for the Sydney Kings. The starting fives out for both teams to close in on half-time. It's Whites. This to the post again. Bogut with 6 on the shot clock. His passing's usually superb. Another steal, Bryce! Bryce, baby! With the dunk.
Others or wide open shots. I mean, getting steals, playing defense. He has 3 steals in the first half.
White shooting away. It's a little off target, but Kay will take the board, sees the opening, the floater goods. Cotton, you would think, will try and do all the scoring. Takes it inside the key. Kay just gets it, and with a second remaining, scores a really vital 2. Little handoff to Cotton with Randall all over him. Decides he can shoot. Brant, White, he loves to shoot. He's a little off target at the moment as Brant takes the board. He's keen to shoot against Bogut. He has no fear. And Cotton, fancy pass to Ware. Good hands from Martin. Tried to steal it out of the hands of Bogut. Then he goes for a second go at it. That'll be a cat's ball. The shadow. There's one go. Sneaks around the other sides. And Damian Martin forces the turnover.
That is a signature Damian Martin. Any big man knows that.
Or he's died it a little bit, but we'll see. I'll ask him after the game. Here's White up against Bogut, and he'll score a 2. Once again, shot clock is at a dangerous stage. But Tarico says, we'll just wind it down.
They have the skills to do it. They've got a great bench.
There's Barton again. He read it beautifully. Cotton against Adman. And a 2. All net.
Yeah. Timeout, Sydney Kings.
Crowd going nuts. The team going nuts.
Today. That's the difference.
Dare I say it, but Brant's brought his frying pan. He's caught the cork as Kay's on the break and finishes one hand.
That's Cotton's got his 4th steal, Lockie.
Pussy Wagstaff. Here's the steal. 4th steal for Cotton. And then the pass out in front of Kay. Thank you very much. He's okay. They held a double-figure lead just moments ago. Steindl gathers, puts it on the floor, goes for the jumper in the corner. Good defense by the Kings, although they just let Nick Kay just get a little bit too much room. Bash, Cole Adman still scored. Fancy pass, Cotton to Steindl. Has to go. So Randall's still sitting, Bogut sitting for the Kings. Steindl. The stat man will have the stats for us in a moment on that one, I reckon, as Brant's real handy. They've got it back inside double digits. Cotton can try and change that with the right hand. You're a superstar!
Only been here
So
about
24 points. Here's the basket. Nothing else to say, really, Corey. Right now, it's in the hands of Jerome Randall, one of the best in the business. Wants to take on Cotton, and he's stolen it again. 7 on the shot clock. Tarico. Pass is good. Norton has to hit it. Does. 11 seconds left in this game. First versus thirds. It's been a ripper. Lish in the corner. The pass to Randall. Puts it on the floor. Passes it out wide. Where to be the hero? David Ware with the love bomb.
Stage of the season, and 2 of the heavyweights
go at it, and Boone and Brandt, and it's the Wildcats who control the tip. Here's Brandt against Boone. They clear out for him. Muscles his way in closer. Good D from Boone, but better finish from Brandt. Perth just 1 of 5 from the field so far. Norton looking to make something happen. User-friendly roll as he opens his scoring account. His Australian teammate Golding. Here's Kay. Barlow's had the better of that so far, but Nick Kay comes up with his first score. Clock roll to 5 now. Skip past in the corner. Kay's ready to go. He knocks down the 3. The first for the Wildcats, and they're back to within 3. They've scored the last 6 and 4.
It's a nice pass by Chris Golden behind the back to get Barlow an easy bucket.
Steindl has been good from deep in recent games, and he's ready to go cooking here straight away and knocks down the jumper. Cotton's got Jervis up the floor quickly, goes to him now with a height advantage over DJ Kennedy. The hook shot is all the bottom of the net. Jervis and Wagstaff combine. Here's Martin. Got Hire and Steindl out there at the moment. So Perth going with 5 bench players, and Greg Hire gets the job done.
Guard with points, 4 points.
Here's Wagstaff. He looked off Kennedy, and Muller boarded as well. And Jervis is upstairs throwing it down on Melbourne. Oh, Dean Vickerman doesn't like the look of this.
About Dean Vickerman. Championship coach, 2-time championship winning coach, reigning coach of the year.
Jervis against Barlow. Steindl decides to fire in solo. Hire gets after it, did well to keep it alive, and Steindl's ready to go again. Makes the adjustment, knocks down the 3. Since quarter time, with the starters watching on for Perth. Here's Hire. Too strong for Golding. Steps beyond him, makes 2, draws a foul. Here come the Wildcats.
What a block. Too big, too strong.
You mentioned it, Case, that the impact of the Perth bench.
Against Kay, a little too nimble, confronted by Jervis, goes to Boone, rejected by Kay. Defensive work here was outstanding against big Josh Boone. Hands over to Cotton. Here's Norton looking to be aggressive against Golding. Good step, got down low and comes up with the goods off the window. Jervis looks inside. Cotton for his first score in the game as he got away from Casper Ware. Wright gets after it. Jervis working the floor hard as well, gets there quickly ahead of Boone and helps himself to 2. And Dean Vickerman's not happy about that. Elevates against Norton, caught it deep, loose ball comes to Bryce Cotton. Well, Norton knocked down Golding with a screen, and the fans didn't like it in the front row.
And that was one hell of a screen by Mitch. That was no flop.
Just wait for the court to watch.
Uh-oh.
6 boards now for Nick Kay, all at the defensive end. Cotton, Golding collided with Brandt, and a flop warning issued there by Nico Fernandez. And it rattles around the rim and does tumble as Perth get another 2. A little busy. Norton restarts for Kay. Trying to rush forward against Pledger, and he gets it to rattle around the rim, and it tumbles right on the halftime siren. Nick Kay makes it happen for the Wildcats. They close to within 1. Goes to the halfway line with 7 on the shot clock against Golding. Wants to take him on this way, works his way through, and the reverse finish off the window was pretty to watch.
Great finish.
By Pledger. They've got Brandt inside if they can find him. Pledger did well to just nudge him away from the hoop, but Brandt was good enough to come up with a finish. They can get a hot hand. Can Vague be the man from deep? Yes, sir, he can. He knocks down the triple. For the Wildcats with Cotton and Norton. Well, Vague was available, but Norton decided to do it himself, and why not? Mitch Norton now up to 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. From Vague there, outnumbered. Here's Tariko White, was about to jump over the top of Golding. The tip wouldn't go in there for Nick Kay initially, but eventually he does find the target. Out. Norton gets it from Vague. Feeds Kay from close range. He adds another 2.
For Reece Vague here. See if they can get him.
Norton goes hard to work against Casper Ware. Bounces off him and helps himself to another 2.
Go down in this one, which you think they probably will. Cotton lines one up. Hold your horses.
Streak continues. That's 12 games in a row. His last 12 games, he's hit 3 or more triples, which is a new NPL record. The white flag as Greg Hire takes on Golding unsuccessfully. Steindl feeds Martin from close range. Damian Martin gets his first score in the game.
Melbourne have been waiting for him all week, as hungry as anything to get a win on their home floor. And
All right, so they have to go through Perth and Melbourne. I think everyone agrees. Last night we saw those 2 teams play. Perth, and the continual conversation, it was around last year as well. Last year was do they need to change an import? Now the question is, do they need to add a third import. Hashtag
who's going first? Who's going first?
64% saying, yes, you can go first.
Thank you. Liam, what is my line?
It's not a cupcake league.
It's not a cupcake league.
Can I ask this? Can you win this league with a 3-import rule? Can you win this league with 2 imports?
Depends on who your locals are.
Well,
you could, but it depends on who your locals are.
Based on that, they've got a pretty good local contingent, and that's what
nobody showed up yesterday, man.
Kay.
What about, yes, Noyan showed up yesterday. Kay did his thing. Tarico White, 1 point. Tarico White, 1 point.
So maybe, local. We're talking
are you kidding me?
We're talking
Wagstaff, one of them got to get fired.
Fired?
You're going to bring in another import.
Did you say Jesse Wagstaff?
One of them got to go.
Assistant coach for the Boomers, up against the Boomers coach, and we're set to rock and roll here in Brisbane as Matty Hodgson wins the tip, and the Bullets working to the right of your screen. Now putting it on the floor, Hodgson against Brandt, wanted to go to the left hand. Martin may have deflected that, and it spills to Tarico White. Cut it out. A little over 60 seconds played here, opening quarter action, and Damien Martin was given some latitude. He makes them pay as he opens Perth's account. Picks up the dribble, shot clock to 5. Kay from Martin. Not a renowned three-point shooter, but he's on song here. He's scored Perth's 5, first 5. Over to White. Martin, here's Kay. Working baseline against Bairstow. That's a tough shot. Good D, but better offense. Wildcats. A little bit out of character. Going to rein it back in. Oh, Brandt! Rejected the shot with a defensive starch. Go White. Brandt against Patterson with a height advantage. Shows him the ball. Feeds Kay and got it off quickly with a non-preferred left hand. Put his foot on the accelerator, being aggressive. Can't convert. Gibson into the game. Went to dribble the ball. Went down on Tarangi's leg and it was cleaned up by Nick Kay, who's exploded here early. Norton hands over Cotton. It's about Bryce time. He pulls the trigger and fills it up. Go White for Wagstaff. Cotton joins in, got away from Gibson on a good screen. Now they've got Gibson in a mismatch down low, but Bryce going solo, comes up with a 2. Wants help. Steindl, well shadowed by Tarangi. Elevates, got away from his man and fills it up. He's been on fire and Steindl knocks down the 3.
You can do. There's a nice little battle going on between Clint Steindl and Ruben Tarangi at the moment on the wing. Just a little mini narrative that we're watching. They're really going at it every time.
Clock the single digits here is Norton. Feeds Kay. Countered by Tarangi. Fires over the top. He's been good, Nick Kay, not just tonight but all season. Double team arrived. Went to Norton, who gives it back to him. Single coverage now. They can't contain him. Nick Kay's got 12. As Tarico White, by Kendall on the retreat. Shot clock to 5. Elevates from the elbow. And Tarico White comes up with his first score in the game after missing his opening 5 shots from Perth. They were trying to get the ball to Kadee, but Bryce Cotton wouldn't allow it. Here's Brad! Oh, he threw it down with a left hand with a statement as he puts Perth back on top. Bag of tricks that Kendall has got, but Angus Brand, man on a mission.
Physicality has just gone up a notch.
5 of 6. Living up to their billing as the top 2 free throw shooting teams in the competition as Bryce Cotton helps himself to another 2. Now to give here with 3.5 remaining in this quarter. Cotton, wraparound pass down low. Brand connects, knocks it down. Chance at a 3-point play, and Hodgson has picked up the foul.
Hussey down there on the low block.
Single digits on the shot clock. Tarico White fires, knocks it down as well.
Best defenders to ever play in this league as well, Simon.
It's Cotton firing, and he knocks down the triple. They've got 4 threes here in the first half after having only 4 for the entire game in Melbourne on Monday night, and timeout called. Scorers in the game as we move inside the last 60 seconds of the first half. Cotton putting on a shimmy. Oh, that was pretty. 16 now for Cotton. He leads all scorers. Simon. Here's Tarico White, just casually lulling them into a false sense of security and helping himself to another 2. Make it fit. Kay for White, who's feeling it at the moment. He fires over the top of Glidden, has curled another 3. Oh, Perth have scored the last 9, and they have opened up a double-figure lead. Glidden Here's White, the man they can't contain at the moment. Good screen from Kay. Tarico pulls the trigger and adds another 2. That's enough for Andre Lamanis. Tarico White has gone berserk here, and Perth have scored 11 unanswered points to lead by 13.
To be off base here and out of line, but you might not want to let him touch the ball from now on.
Bryce Cotton against Cadee, confronted by Hodgson. Feeds Tarico White. Oh, this has been something special. Tarico White has gone berserk here. He's got 10 points here in this quarter. Dana slaps it out of his hands. 3 on the shot clock. Cotton in traffic. Forces away. Pass. Gets it off. It rattles around the rim. And a tip-in works. The putback for Nick Kay. Well, this is like 2 heavyweight boxers going toe-to-toe, and pow! From Clint Steindl. As Kay looks for Cotton, got away from Glidden, and they fouled him. Chance at a 3-point play, so low percentage play there from Glidden, who put the hand back up through the cylinder. Polex, Glidden. Shot clock works to 5 here for the MVP, and that's why he's the best in the business. Gets it back from Brandt. Pass Hodgson, feeds Kay from close range. He adds another 2. Nick Kay up to 18 in the game. 3-point buffer. Already Brisbane have given up 4 fouls in this quarter. Nick Kay goes off the window to add another 2. 8 of 10 from the field. He's got 20 to go with 6 boards.
To win this game, that's what they have to do. He just can't touch it at all.
Long Huey grabbed the inbound pass, and with the shot clock expiring in the background, he gets it done. 4 of 4 shooting. Here's Greg Hyatt. Caught the front of the rim. Patterson had it. It was well read by Damien Martin. Now they're wrestling for it on the floor. And good luck trying to work out where the ball is.
Watch it here. Damien Martin never quits on the play. I got it. I lost it. I got it back. Jump ball. That belongs to me and our team. Great job, Damien Martin.
For the Wildcats, back to their original 5. Cotton penetrates the floater. Look at it rattle around the rim and tumble.
To get that separation from his initial defender.
Oh, Damien Martin stripped Patterson of the ball, controls it well and adds the 2.
Taking on this veteran Perth group, it's going to be interesting to watch, men. And right there, the experience of Damien Martin getting a tip on it. The MVP there, Bryce Cotton, Kevin White, the captain. The job of locking him up. Chap early going straight at Angus Brown in the low block. And Bryce Cotton's got early.
That's 2 lazy defensive sets by Kev White.
This is what that's what we want to see from the Hawks early on. Going inside, go at Conklin, let him go to work.
Nice little dump off from Emmett Nah, no finish on that occasion. Tarico White finding Nick Kay. Like that matchup of Brandt going at Dave Anderson out of the low block. Tarico White there with the easy finish. Fella know about it too. Tarico now on Dave Anderson. Does a great job moving his feet. White 2 got on the mid-range jumper. Range finder, but knew the extra pass to the veteran. Nice way to make friends again with Dave Anderson. It's Damien Martin, 2 good on the floater. Front court there with Conrad and Blanchard on the floor together. And speaking of shooting, someone who's well versed in finding the bottom of the net. Jackson gets to know the local photographer a little better, Tom Jervis. He runs rim to rim to get the finish for the Wildcats.
The glass, watch for a block. Keep your eye on him now.
You see him there on the split line as Nick Kay going to work. Nick Kay so consistent this season.
There from AJ, and now there's that double. That's what they need to do, but they've got to come across. Nice pass by Cotton, beautiful.
Because I needed him. Didn't need to give him anything for Christmas. He got coal.
Mitch Norton pushes the tempo. Norton to Kay. Just a dagger to the heart of Hawks fans. Speaking of point guards looking after you, the Wildcats are stretched at 8. Clock running down, and there's Bryce Cotton. In the game for that Martin-Norton backcourt as Norton blows by Jordan Jett. Offensive rebound, Tommy Jervis.
And Nordo gives Perth their first missed 2-point field goal.
And the hands of Damien Martin just helped themselves to another offensive play. Jesse Wagstaff. Soft finish on the rim. Well, deep off the bench. AJ Ogilvy there putting his body on the line. Tom Jervis says hello afterwards. Offensive foul, Tommy Jervis.
Did he just try to go and pick him up and pull his hand away?
It is a fake pickup.
He did the old, I'll get you up. No, I won't.
What's he going to do next? Do the handshake and then comb it through his hair?
Maybe just appealing to Dave Anderson. Just Dave Anderson, you know the dad jokes. Just going to the veterans there. Jesse Wagstaff in the game. 5 points, quick as you like. And not only 5 points off the bench, it was Clint Steindl with 5 as he has another look from the perimeter. So no one else getting buckets. Clint Steindl, though, picking up where he left off. And the storylines to continue. What a great way to celebrate our Australian heritage. But Nate Jawai in Kansas, Tariko White back in the game. Buckets in the game. I'll run you off 3 or 4 screens straight away. No call there.
I like it.
The Wildcats want to flop. No. Great battle out there. Tariko White making Dan Greeter work as he's chasing off pick after pick. And Tommy Jervis, the tip in remaining. 7 seconds now. Cotton goes to work in the lane. Floater. Bryce Cotton, the dagger just out from the half.
Going to be active.
Oh, same spot. Oh, didn't quite go. Look at Greg Hire attacking the glass. And I think Conklin got a taste of his forearm. Nick Kay with a finish, and Conklin is down.
He's just saying, yep, you got me good. Let's watch this one.
Just an incidental arm there. Conklin, look at the nod from Brian Conklin getting it up. And don't forget the history here. Brian Conklin's elbow just got acquainted with Damien Martin's jaw several years ago. That's Damien Martin's best man.
Melbourne-Sydney was the curtain raiser. This is the game.
This is the main event right here. AJ Ogilvy, it's physical. Gets up and he lets Nick Kay know. Says, not in my Kiwi, thanks.
Oh, this is what we've come to see. Wollongong, even AJ's talking. I do have a feeling they'll look at this, though.
And you talk about friends as well. I love it. Mitch Norton, Todd Blanchard, former Townsville teammates. Both North Queensland boys getting tangled up. On the road 10 days, does that become a factor now, gentlemen?
Well, not that play. No, it does.
Bryce Cotton looking to stem the flow. Tariko White now for the Wildcats. His bucket to silence the crowd. Moment. The help D comes, Angus Brandt cleans up. Bryce Cotton step back. He shows him how's it done. What do you think about that, Timmy C?
Wow.
Could get another bite of the cherry. Tariko White operating against Blanchard. Pull-up jumper. It's down. Ball, and there's Jordan Jet hand in the lane. He's off and running. Mitch Norton, though. Too good, gets back and causes the turnover. And for the Hawks, Tom Jervis wants to go at Dave Anderson. He likes that matchup down low. And the deep seal leads to the finish for Tommy Jervis. Kay in the low block. Can he get the job done? Back to Norton from the perimeter. He hits the bottom of the net, and just like that, we got a 2-point game.
Just saw the differences between the two teams, and I think the Perth Wildcats will get up.
Yeah, the Wildcats were definitely, you didn't see that vibe during shoot-around that they were on a losing skid. They were up and about, they were ready to go. Let them down. What do you make of that?
Well, any time you're on a big losing streak, you're going to come out of the blocks early as Clint Steindl splashes one through.
Get up the load, and when they came back in, they just assumed that they could go back to their role. Starting Clint Steindl, obviously.
They're a super consistent season. Red-hot favourite for an all-star 5 spot in the 4 position. And there is Tariko White getting going early. Damien Martin for 3. He's been super consistent this season from behind the arc. As you touch on that, you'd think maybe an advantage for the Wildcats. Definitely some extra size in their front line, but so far, the Taipan's able to contain it. But Clint Steindl, same spot, same result. This time a bonus free throw to go with it.
They're known for, they've looked after the ball, and obviously when you get the ball into Nate that close, he's not going to miss too many of them when he's that close.
Seas parting for Tariko White. Moses-esque there down the middle.
End-to-end action. Tariko White on the rim at one end, and the oops upside your head at the other as they continue to go punch for punch with Jesse Wagstaff.
Go down a touch. The Wildcats looking to execute in the half. They're up 1. Nice little give and go for Tariko White. talking about the impact of Greg Hire there too. A long rebound could have gone to the Taipans. Just found a way to make it work. As Tariko White loads up his 3-ball. Low Trimble starting the quarter, maybe Mello playing off the ball a little. Tariko White picking up where he left off.
Short time when he's been out there. What have you made of the recruits for the Taipans this season?
College talent. You know, Glidden, Sobey, McCarron, this man Steindl, who's found new life as he gets it to roll through. You need to take a risk. And
he's happy at Creighton at the moment. Tanner Krebs, he's in his senior year at St. Mary's. Go with those guys.
Yeah. Looks like you say that they thought they had an elite playmaking point guard. Well, they're spot on with that as he does turn it over. I say that from an elite defender coming at him in Damian Martin. But
Lucas Walker would pick up Jervis, and then the little chicken strips here from the thief, the master thief. As the same with Illawarra, Wertho mentioned Greeder and Nah. Well, that makes the signing of guys like David Anderson and Conklin as Nick Kay comes to the party.
You reverse those fortunes. They stay in that zone. Tariko White operating against Jared Kenny. Jumping right into Kenny, and the foul, the bucket counts.
Just a little bump with the shoulder there, cleared the space nicely against Tariko White, who's a good defender, and Nick Kay does what he does, keep the ball high and drop in too.
Out there. He definitely has a license, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line so far in the first half as Nick Kay gets a wide open look and makes them pay. The ultimate example of a two-way player there, Nick Kay getting buckets either end and now dishing dimes to Angus Brandt.
Doing it all, Nate.
So it's going to be a Nick Kay or a Jesse Wagstaff looking to contain Nature White. And that man there, Nick Kay, just going about his business.
Just looks like he's got a renewed faith, so definite props to the Taipans medical staff. They've got him in a good position.
Cats able to stretch it back out to 5. Taipans looking for a stop. Wildcats moving the ball against the zone, and there's that man, Nick Kay, reliable as ever. And Nick Kay once again making a play, this time at the defensive end, and there he sets a pick to get Jesse Wagstaff wide open for the triple, just like that. We're back to a 10-point game. What a ploy maybe to help change that dynamic is once again we see Kenny and Trimble playing together, so one of them playing off the ball. For the right look, 6 on the shot clock for them. Mitch Norton, 1 out on Devon Hall. Shot clock winding down, big bucket, Mitch Norton.
Him. We said he looked a bit tired, a bit mentally fried, but just easy buckets will kill you. As Damian Martin picks apart Mitch Young there, catches him looking the wrong way. And
here's Tariko White. High screen from Angus Brandt comes now 1 out with Jared Kenny. His 3-ball, bottom of the net. How do you like that? Tariko White comes to play in the 4th. 5 minutes remaining as we count down the last 5 minutes of NBL action for 2018. Mitch Norton, big bucket.
It's just too easy. In the 4th quarter, it's going to be the Bryce Cotton show. He's going to be on the end of a few things, but they're not going to run too much for him in the 4th as Angus Brandt drops a man move down there.
Because that move was sweet.
Yellow Trimble trying to do it at both ends. The foul called though. Mitch Norton good enough for the hoop and the harm. 3 minutes and change remaining. Hard show from Rob Lowe. Now Nick Kay attacking Damian Martin for 3. Damian Martin immediately recognising, looking to set up the mismatch. They look to go to Wagstaff down low. That leaves Steindl open for 3. The Wildcats putting the nails in the coffin. You said you're the worst in the league at 3-point shooting. They said, how about this? On the eve of 2018 ending, it's Tariko White. Big offensive rebound and finish.
But at some point, they've got to start challenging one another as well.
The Wildcats, again, just playing right to the stretch. Nice to see the development players showing some energy on D. 3 on the shot clock. Nick Kay, Mr. Reliable, helps himself to 1 more bucket for the year.
Yeah, I think after all these games, I've dislocated or broken each one of my fingers. So yeah, like you said, it's fitting that I play my 300th with some type of injury to my finger.
Obviously 300 for yourself, not all here at the Cats, but you've pretty much done it all in your career. Where does this sort of rate as an achievement?
To be honest, I was completely oblivious to the milestone until our media guy made me aware of it about a week or 2 ago. So I think milestone games are one of those things you appreciate probably more so in retirement, being able to achieve so many games. But one thing I'm proud of is the amount of being able to do with the Wildcats. You know, I always wanted to be a one-club player. Obviously, that was taken away when West Sydney folded, but to be able to play the large majority of my career here in Perth, where I now call home, 10th season, it's been incredible and something I'm proud of.
Perth Wildcats sit atop the league at 12-6. The Breakers, 7th spot underway, and it will be Damien Martin. Game number 300 for the Perth Wildcats, captain his 10th season in Perth. Martin getting all the touches. It's White with the up fake on Ely. Tariko White drops along too. Those guys who can play the 4 spot. Tough defenders in their own right as Cotter knocks down a 3. Bryce Cotton is hot.
Pass on the interior at all times.
We can talk about the 28-18 game that Sean Long had. Ty Weasley, 19-13 with 4 assists as Brant gets 2. Who's taken a seat for Perth. There's Norton. Rashard late on the help, and Mitch Norton makes him pay. He's hanging right off Angus Brant as well. Tariko White with a hand in his face, no problems. +2 is the count on the rebounds, 8-6. White with a runner in the lane's nice.
I love what Angus Brant did.
But also 9-9 in the 5th spot, tied with Adelaide, who are in 4th. They have to play Sydney. Brisbane just had 29-point loss against Cairns. Steindl, who was hitting them from everywhere.
It's so pretty. The Dirk Nowitzki step back. He has shown it all.
Oh, Bryce Cotton for 3. It counts over Patrick Rashard.
With much greater energy already here in the 2nd quarter.
Jesse Wagstaff hits a 3. With 9 on the clock. Wagstaff back to Norton on the baseline. Got Weasley up in the air. That is fantastic from the guard. Looking at their version of the zone. Tariko White needed to put it up, and he did. Knocks it down with the shot clock expiring.
All they want are the last-second threes.
Kay knocks that down. Nick Kay having a nice season himself. Frustrated the Perth Wildcats somewhat, and this is going to be a game changer because Damien Martin is at the top of the set. Can the Breakers reset? Martin trying to find Angus Brant with an easy dunk. Timeout call. Martin on the wing. Cotton with a closeout by Tom Abercrombie, and he knocks it down regardless.
Reese Vague and powers it in.
How are they going to play Cotton on that weak side as Martin into the heart of the D, finding Reese Vague, and that is just nice basketball, patient from Damien Martin and Vague.
Quickness and sweeps by. 12 points now. The bigs are eating again. 16 for Long, 12 for Big Ty Wesley, who doesn't get a hand up on K there.
Here comes a screen from Vague. Abercrombie doesn't go over the top of it because they're in that zone, and it's going to be a challenge by Webster, and there's not a lot you can do about that. That's just really nice offense. Here's Cotton playing the 2-man game with Kay, and it's good. Beautiful basketball to open the quarter from the Perth Wildcats.
Chair, and Ty Wesley says, that don't matter. I will lay it up anyway. Bryce Cotton with a great cut.
Here's 6 points and just the 1 3 as Nick Kay gets free. Kay fires it over to Mitch Norton, who's open. Mitch Norton knocks it down. Jervis in the post. Gives it a handoff to Tariko White. Everybody sunk off, and he makes them pay. Nobody put a hand up on Tariko White. Close out by Kay's too strong. Oh my goodness, Reese Vague just assaulted Patrick Richard's face.
And we see a nice move by Patrick Richard. Goes up, a little bit of contact, loses the basketball. The talent level is congested as well. There are a lot of good teams in this competition.
Like Bryce Cotton, MVP with a big bomb. Vague. 3-ball from Reese Vague.
Up and under for 2.
Shout out to Princeton. Here's Vague. Oh, Reese Vague's on fire from deep. Another three.
Zone buster, Reese Vake to you, Mr. Andrew Mulligan. Nobody guarded Damian Martin.
Oh, Damian Martin gets a bucket.
Nobody guarded him, just letting him catch the ball.
Brent gets the roll.
Well, good strong move in the post.
Cotton for three. Cotton, that's good.
Beauty three for him. Woo-hoo.
What a putback.
Man, that is a quick second jump.
Since the fever break, Perth have won how many games, do you know?
I'm not even going to count those games. They're winless. We're not counting a team that lost 14 straight. We can't count that.
No, come on, you got to.
They're winless. I'm not counting the two Cairns wins.
No, I'm not allowing you to do that.
All right, how about this?
Okay.
Perth, that team, they flat out suck.
Just answer the question.
They stink.
They
won 2 games out of 8.
Yep.
And guess who they beat? Cairns twice. Let's be real here.
Their last non-Cairns win was November 25 against New Zealand.
There you go.
They're far away.
That team's not good. I don't even, it's not even fun. I'm not on social media no more talking bad about them. It's not even fun anymore. I'm not making no more ship sinking jokes. I'm not making more me fishing for a third import. It's pathetic what's happening up there.
What do they need to do then?
For a club, they need to get a third import.
This is a proud club who haven't missed the playoffs in
And they're not going to miss the playoffs because guess why? They had easy wins early. The schedule allowed them to have a bunch of easy wins. Who have they played and they beat? Look at the teams they lost to. At Sydney, versus Melbourne, versus Brisbane, versus Illawarra, versus New Zealand. Who can they beat? Before, we had 3 players injured and they just winning teams. They're beating. Rightfully so, they were beating teams, okay? They fully loaded. What's the excuse now? To win a championship, how you got to do this thing? Win on the road versus quality teams. Who have they beat? Not a soul. Yeah. This team sucks. The best thing they need to do is go get a third import. I know Gleason enough to know he ready to pull the trigger. It ain't his call. It's management stopping that. It is not his call because he would have been got a third import. I know him enough to know that shit.
I think Perth will make it, but if they don't get this third import, I've said it over and over again, and let me hear it, Lockie Reed. Let me hear it. You need a third import, otherwise they make up the numbers. That's all they're going to do.
100% saying this is 11 people playing on Saturday, like we always said before, mate. If there's anything guaranteed, give me the lotto tickets for the night.
If you lose,
mate, just talk about the team here. We're the team. I'm sick of all this talk about speculation. We are playing with the guys we got on the floor, all right? Done deal. Mate, I don't know if I'll be here next week. It's professional sport. Things can change, right? But we got the team right now to play, and we're playing with it.
And spoke about complacency last week against New Zealand. What have you done this week to change that heading into the game against Cairns?
I mean, we've been practicing very hard, and obviously we know we've been in a little bit of a slump. But Cairns, they're coming off of a great win, I want to say, against Brisbane. They played Sydney tough, so it's going to be another dog-fought game. But if we can bring our intensity and match a consistent full 4 quarters, we should be all right.
The club came out last night and said that they're not going to bring in a third import. They're going to stick with the team that they've got now and back them in through the finals and the rest of the season. What does that do for the team and settling the team for the rest of the season to focus on the most important part of the year?
It just shows that everybody believes in the team that we have, and considering the start we had at the beginning of the season, it was the same people we have now. So even though we're going through a slump, it's no time to panic, and we got to keep riding with the people we have, and I think we'll be fine.
Been the better team this year, Sean, over the Perth Wildcats.
Doubling Sean Long on the weekend, he put that as part of the reason they lost, so maybe they'll go to that against July.
Nice little move inside, tripped around the corner, quick feet from Angus Brand. Trimble to Jawai, he misses that one, stripped out of his hands by the defender, 6-time defender. White decides to shoot this time.
maybe a few more would be a good idea.
Cairns is the worst three-point shooting team in the competition. They really need Hall. He brought him in for that three-point shooting to step up and see. Tarico White says, anything you can do, I can do better.
Looking to get things going for the Perth Wildcats. 17-9 in the corner. Cotton hasn't had a rest, doesn't need one. 3 points. Here's Cotton to Norton, puts it on the floor. He skates on as well and feeds his mates in Nick Kay.
How by Beg, just contesting that layup, not giving up anything easy, just worrying Jared Kinney out of the points.
Here's Kay from outside three. That gets them going.
The way went to the ref, maybe there was a little bit of contact. Here's White, deciding to shoot again.
Oh, another three-pointer for Tarico White.
He's just so calm and collected, and he just is in the zone at the moment.
The pass to Jervis, now a finish. Best way to score is get upstairs. Out of Martin, into the corner. Martin has to shoot, forced to shoot. That one goes straight in, ends a real long drought for Damien Martin outside the three.
In your role, you know, when you're kind of going through a patch where you're not playing great, you got to get back to the role. As you see, Tarico White hits another one, says, I'm going to dunk this one, leave no doubt.
Misses under a lot of pressure.
The pass, good one, good running from Nick Kay, sprinted the court. Good transition basketball from the four-man.
See if they can trim this lead before halftime.
We've got to 7, and it's now at 8. The shot, and Brand will take the boards.
Well, and good job by Brand showing. That's the difference. That's the change that they made. And we see Nick Kay just running the floor, keeping this Wildcat team in the game.
Here's Brand, pressured by Joe White. Rolling around the screen was Cotton, and fouled, scores the 2. So Cotton finally gets a couple of points and will go to the line to get more and more confidence.
Struggling, you can't get some shots knocked down. You got to attack the glass. As we see Bryce Cotton attacking Lucas Walker, can find him every time down the court.
So great response from Mello Trimble. Great response at the other end for Bryce Cotton. They're trying to work him into the game. Oh, and he's landed awkwardly, slow to get up. It's 5-on-4 at the moment. Cats have got to make a pay with a one-handed slam.
To create some separation, and he scored.
Peels off Cotton, trying for a bit of revenge, and he gets it with a foul.
Without an and one from the three-point line with Bryce Cotton this season. He has got fouled from the three-point line so much, but he just jumps so high. It's a unique shot.
It's isolated, just feeding him.
And that was a tough pass. It wasn't really open. I thought Brant did a pretty good job, but Nate's too strong to hold him off and gallop that one up.
You can grow any more. Pass to Cotton. Has to go with the floater, and it was good. White looking to shoot away in the end. He found a better position in Jervis. Their Cats are down. And a turnover. Wagstaff will gather. Stop here. White round the screens, through the key, just throws it up in the air and scrapes in a 2 on the buzzer. Cairns do it. No one would have given him much chance as Steindl just bombs away for a 3. Things have changed a touch too at the Perth Wildcats when they're down by 13. And Bryce Cotton sitting. Puts it under his arm again. Norton sees an opening. Great speed from Norton. And he gets in off the glass, still wants a foul. Got a feeling this is going to be an epic, gents. As White takes it all the way to the rack, a little too quick for Nate Jawai. Ball passing to the post. Jawai gets Brant, sees the baseline, sneaks around it, then loses possession with the pass. Steindl and Martin.
Well, Damien Martin up to 4 steals already. You know he is fired up.
To put the pressure on. Rolling off nicely from the screen was Brant, but he just opened up a little laneway. The double team was good. Good vision from the Cairns Taipans. Here's Steindl. Shoots away, scores the 3. He's on target, Clint Steindl. Trimble's the first player to ever score 30 points in Perth for the Cairns Taipans as Cotton scores a 3. From outside, Defensive pressure from Newell has been superb on Cotton all game. Bryce's basket drops. The pass to Kay, and it's a 2.
It's a crossroads for us right now. It really is, because I love our group, but we're not playing as hard and as ferocious and intently as we should until we're, looking down the barrel and, well, let's play now. And we don't have that drive at the start, which is a concern. And, if we fix that, chemistry's good, the guys like each other, there's no breakdown of the groups or anything, but now we're really tested. And we're going to find out what we're made of in these last 8 games.
Perth Wildcats, of course, since the FIBA break, we mentioned this last week, the only team they've beaten since November 25, when they beat the Breakers, has been the Cairns Taipans, when they were really mirrored in a horrible form slump.
Now, here's my point with the Wildcats, okay? When you get a car and you drive a car 200 miles an hour every day, what's bound to happen to that car?
You're probably going to lose your licence for speeding for one, and then the car will probably burn out.
There you go. That's Bryce Cotton. Bryce Cotton is burnt out. They overused him, all right? When you look at the makeup of their team, which they have a good nucleus as far as the Aussie players on their team, these guys are first through third quarter type of players, meaning in the fourth quarter, they are not the guys that you say, give me the ball, and they're going to close the game out. Can we agree?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. The other import is who? Tarico White. Besides the last game, he averages 1 point per game in the fourth quarter. Okay? There's 88 players in this league. He ranks in the fourth quarter 56. That is the stat, which means what? He's not a closer. Who else do you have? The man that's burnt out. How you going to win? He's tired.
Now, I disagree, though, about bringing in a big. Now, I think it's almost too late, right? They've got...
Definitely too
late.
They're not bringing someone
Well, hold on. That's another point. They've said they're not. Does that mean then they can't? Once you come out and you say, we're backing these guys in, this is our team, and then you lose to Cairns at home... Can you backtrack on that?
Well, I don't know.
No, you can't. You got to hold the fort.
Well,
you said it, you hold it.
Way to text me the other day and realised it was 300, so it's been a roller coaster, but it's been fun.
Did you expect to play 300?
I didn't expect to play basketball, to be honest. Look, when I was growing up and going over to the States, I didn't really think of basketball as a career at the time, and lucky enough to play that first season with the Wildcats, and it's been great ever since, so fortunate. Yeah, huge, as I said before, it's a privilege, and I feel so fortunate to be able to play any games, let alone 300 for an organisation like this. It's been a long 10 years, but thoroughly enjoyable.
We always ask for when they get to this, how long have you got left? How many more years do you reckon you can play for?
I don't know, I'm only 32, I think because I've been here quite a while, I think everyone thinks I'm older. But I feel good physically, so we'll see, hopefully another couple.
Season, Jacob Wiley wins the tip for the 36ers. Harassed by Sobey, they look down low. Kay against Drimmick in a mismatch. Will like his chances here. His opening shot answers Adelaide's first score. They want this time. Conga comes for the double team. Shot clock to 4. Cotton double team. Fires! And that's what he can bring to the table as he puts Perth in front for the first time. Cotton bounces into Conga. 4 on the shot clock again. He's left to do it solo. Kicks into the corner. Here's Reece Faig, and he answers the call. From White to the use. Faig with a height advantage on Conga. Martin, 5 on the shot clock, and he splashes the 3. Perth are 3 of 4 from deep. From the hoop as well. Took over 4 minutes played, opening quarter action. Brandt into the game, replacing Kay. He banks 2. That's what they need from the big man.
Good start.
First score in the game for Wiley. Here's Tarico White. He splashes another, so he's on song.
Gets out of it. That was great. Little simple horns action. Found the good bang on the slip. Great play from Doyle.
Adelaide has scored the last 14 here. Last play of the opening quarter, and finally Mitch Norton gets a reply and knocks down the shot. They were scoreless for almost 5 minutes there, Perth with the possession arrow. And the rebound count 20-9 Adelaide's way. Tariko White elevates and comes up with a 2.
Horrible outside shooting. Let's see if this zone is effective.
It's Tariko White elevating and coming up with 2 more. So he's starting to warm to the challenge. Saw at the other end. Shot clock to 4 now. Down low is Wagstaff in traffic, muscles up and comes up with a finish. His first score in this 300th game.
Hey, but we're talking about Daniel Johnson here. That's bread and butter.
Okay, got Conga in the air and comes up with the 2 as well. It's him now trying to shake Sobey. Now Vague, first start of his career, and he drills the triple on his birthday as he turns 23. He knocks down the 3. In duties as well. Now he finds Cotton. Martin left alone, but they go back to Vega. Why not? He's got the hot hand at the moment. Excellent pass inside. Brand's finishing touches. Boomer's teammate. Muscle up against one another. Here's White looking for the penetration. Got beyond Conga. Around Johnson. He adds another 2. On Sunday, as Doyle comes up the floor aggressively. Got to the foul line, and Damian Martin from behind rejected the shot. Doyle, recognition wasn't there of who was trailing him. Damian Martin, he's never far away. The only starter on the floor for Adelaide at the moment. Cotton bounces into Deng, feeds Brand, who goes to work a little out of control, but gets it done, and a chance at a 3-point play. They're all over the shop at the moment, the Wildcats. Pay gets it from Martin. Now Cotton from the foul line, elevates, knocks it down. So Bryce Cotton gets his first score of the second quarter. Tariko White feeds it to Martin in the corner, firing over Doyle. He has the answering triple. 1 of 6 threes in his last 4 games. In his last 6 games, 7 points or less as Tariko White fills it up once more on the buzzer. Now they need to get busy. Cotton against Drimmick, trying to find a way past. There was no room, but he hit the 3 with a hand in his face. What a finish from Bryce Cotton, and that is something for the Wildcats to build on. Absolute excitement machine all by himself. Now Cotton against Wiley is a good contest here. Shot clock to 5. Cotton peels off the shot, knocks down the 2. We've got burgers coming your way, South Australia. Anyway, Jersey is the word you need just to clear that up. And Angus Brandt, that's what they need to get more of from the big man. He's got only Wagstaff ahead of him in terms of teammates. Has to slow it down. Brandt puts it on the floor and from close range adds another 2. He's into double figures on 5 of 6 shooting. In traffic, Doyle Johnson wanted it. Doyle pass gets between now and a mismatch against Norton. Not allowed enough time for Wagstaff to get back and shut it down.
Recognize the mismatch. That was good help side defense by Wagstaff coming in.
These teams are the 2 best rebounding teams in the competition. Perth inside the last 5 minutes of term number 3. And Tariko White fires over McVeigh and puts a lid on 3 more. Wildcats shot clock to 2. Higher must fire, can't complete it. Gets his own rebound, tangled for the ball. Over the back of McVeigh, who couldn't get a whistle. Damian Martin knocks down the 2. For Cotton, Sobey on the retreat. Cotton wants to go hard at him, forced into a tough shot. Never looked likely. Vague kept it alive and adds another 2. This will have to be almost go straight away, and Tom Jervis provides it right on the buzzer and gets it done. His first field goal of the game. Now Steindl against Deng in a mismatch. Deng tries to stay with him. Vague inside Johnson with a left hand, adds another 2. Reece Vague into double figures. He has 10 points. Been happy to be a provider and create rather than score the points himself. Been very impressed with Reece Vague. Good point you make. They're going to have to find some wins somewhere. Tariko White elevates for the 3. There's the bottom of the net, and now they're back to within 12. It's destroyed the backboard. Fans loved it. Tariko White looks to sit them down, and hasn't he been strong in this one? 20 in the game now for Tariko White.
You're with, but stick with it. When you get your opportunity, you got to be ready.
2 more for Tariko White. 22 now on 9 of 13 shooting. Melbourne handed Perth their biggest loss of the year. It was a 17-point ball game.
And attacked it. DK with 4 fouls, obviously doesn't want to foul out.
Steindl in the corner. Comes up with a finishing touch as his first shot of the game.
Will the real powerhouse please stand up? Melbourne or Perth on your standalone NBL Sunday last year, and it was a point touched on by Trevor Gleeson pre-game. He's fully aware what's on the line today as Kay gets it back and feeds the net. Corey, Josh Boone with that double-double, just what he needed.
Yeah, definitely. He hasn't had the best season, but at some point it was bound to click.
Brandt couldn't do the job over the top of Boone. Smith-Milner for Golding, and it's offensive foul called on Smith-Milner.
Great job there by Damian Martin. Just saw Smith-Milner a little bit out of control, and Josh Boone just knows where to position himself.
Now Damian Martin likes the look and likes the finish as well. To stay there, it's a contest that will shape the top four immediately and maybe long term. As Damian Martin says, we're staying in the top four. Huge opportunity for Perth. So many critics, such pressure, but to come and beat the ladder leaders will quieten those voices.
Listen, you're happy with the defense the Wildcats have shown so far.
Kay, the soft touch. You missed the news on DJ Kennedy. He was parked at an intersection when another driver plowed into the back of him. Here's Bryce Cotton. He might be slight, but he can still spring, and the crowd love him. It is running very smoothly, Corey.
That engine definitely is running smooth right now. We can see him get that transition dunk.
His stationary vehicle didn't know what hit him quite literally. Glad he was uninjured, and he's back. Talk about being back. Maybe Bryce is back.
Three, which he seems to get once every game.
Every single game. I mean, you got to contest it, but he just gets so high up. And they've got to be able to generate some easy buckets and push the ball and create some mismatches. Greg Hire gets a wide open three.
And fills it up, Sean. And put them on the front foot. Here's Steindl. Turnaround jumper, and Vague makes sure of it. Norton goes hard at Ware and draws the foul. The two will count. A possible three-point play for Mitch.
Then finished with 27 points, so you got to like the form that he's showing currently.
Shot clock to 5. Bryce Cotton has a look, goes it alone, looks at it fall, and he will again look to convert a 4-point play. League who does it better than Bryce Cotton.
They're just going to have to stop contesting him. Just let him shoot the three. You know, and it's David Barlow's third as well, as they're going to come in here with Craig Muller. But Bryce Cotton, just incredible. You can play D, but my offense is even better.
Kay, offensive rebound and the putback. Nick Kay.
Rebound, kick it out to their shooters. Bang.
Rico White gets to the board and uses it effectively.
In a league where it's, what have you done for me today?
Well, I only recently found out about that bet you made, Corey. And
the halftime break. It's there to grab. Golding off and running at Cotton, but Kay swats him from behind. Moller follows up. He can't score. Strength that will please Gleeson given his pre-game interview. Here's Cotton on the run. Now Kay goes back at them at the offensive end. Damian Martin, who started the game impressively. Couple of threes. From the Wildcats' favourite and veteran, Terrico White. Nice cool. Bryce Cotton really busy in the first half and a busy start to the second. 1 of 6 from the field. He'd made just 3 of 23s over his last 11 games. Coming to this one, no wonder. Brand. Now Martin in the corner. They want a baseline through Nick Kay. It bounces around the rim and drops. Runs per game. And he's set to blow past that. Sitting on 13 points, 8 rebounds as we speak. And here he is, Nick Kay, trying to go coast to coast. Luckily, Bryce Cotton is there to back him up.
Out of their comfort zone, and we will take control. So very confident in the United camp.
Reece Bay gives the Wildcats fans some confidence. Inside the 5. Bryce Cotton pulls up looking for 3 more and finds 3 more.
The 2-game game.
Craig Muller hasn't missed a game since joining United in his 2nd season in Melbourne. He's on the floor, as is Bryce Cotton. Golding
And wide opts for Cotton. The two imports as Cotton in front of Casper Ware. Doesn't he love that? Doesn't the Army love that? Cotton through the keyway for Kay to dump two.
We talk about big shot. Barlow comes up with a big one after Mitch McCarron missed a wide open one.
On Thursday night, but just struggled to back it up. Can Tarico get going here on cue? He must have heard us. Cotton pulls up for three more. Front of the rim. Kay makes sure of something. For the difference. Less than 90 seconds to play. Jesse Wagstaff fills it up for three.
Goulding, but Mitch McCarron and Barlow have stepped up.
I'm putting my money on Casper right now to make a play.
McCarron 4 points to halftime. Here he is looking for the scraps. And the foul is called.
Wow, easiest shot all night, and it just rims out. I don't think you can believe how open he was.
What more could you ask for?
The Bunnings player of the game, it was a no match. Bryce Cotton, 27 points. You've just breathed life back into that finals campaign.
Yeah, I mean, like I told Shawnee at the end of the first half, we're treating these last 7 games like every game's a playoff game, and our backs against the ropes. And as I said before, pressure busts pipes or it makes diamonds.